I recommend somebody be exceptionally good at communicating. And if you have ever dealt with, an extremely confusing contract, you'll know that it's always nice to be working with somebody who can just break it down to you in simple terms. Okay? You don't if you're one of those people that chooses to read contracts and chooses to do your homework on things, that's great. But it's always nice to have somebody working for you who you can trust, who has all those other skills that we talked about, who on top of everything else can be communicating to you the essence of what is in a contract or the essence of what is going on. Can they communicate to you clearly what's happening? Can they communicate clearly to the other side of the negotiation, the transaction, what's happening? Do you feel comfortable when they're talking to you? Not only what are they saying, but how are they saying it? One of the things that let's take me for an example, like one of the things that I try to do is when I'm handling a client situation, I try to be very even-keeled when I'm dealing with a client. I don't ever want to put too much emotion into things because usually there's a lot of emotion that's already that's running high. Somebody's wanting to buy a house, somebody's wanting to make an offer, somebody's in a multiple offer situation. You might be selling your house, you might be trying to pick between two different offers. When I communicate with people, I try to be very middle of the road intentionally because I've, in my younger days, gotten excited, and that unnecessary excitement and energy that I put into a situation a lot of times used to make clients feel uncomfortable. It used to make clients like overheated. If I'm like, somebody's like, oh yeah, I like this house. And I said, that's the best house ever. You ought to buy that house. It actually would have like a negative effect on people's confidence, right? So for me, now what I try to do is I just try to communicate everything relevant about the house and try to help them by being as lukewarm as possible. I'm excited for them, but I'm going to try to be as lukewarm as possible. That's just one example. But try to find somebody who's a good communicator, because there's too many things that are happening that you need to be aware of. And if they can't break it down to you in layman's terms, then you're probably going to start to feel stressed. You're probably going to start to feel angry. And especially if they don't communicate some important detail, you're going to get mad, because the last thing you want at the end of the day is to sign something that you didn't understand, that your agent tried to explain to you and failed to explain to you.